Hello guys and welcome. What we have today is the clones of the AirPod Pro called I900000 Max TWS. So let's open it up and see what came inside. So the packaging is usual, it's nothing new, nothing too exciting. You get this little triangular thing, it's saying that it's a really high quality product. You get a little manual, nothing like the original, no stickers or no guarantees inside whatsoever. You have your case with earbuds inside. You also get this little silicone ear tip interchangeable bits in there, and you also get a charging cable, which is a USB Type-C to a Lightning connector. And obviously the seller knows that not all of us have these connectors right this minute, so he also put this little conventional USB to Lightning cable as well, so a big thumbs up for that, thanks. Right, so now let's talk about the positives first, because we can always talk about the negatives later on in the video. The case itself is really well built. It uses the same materials as the original case would have used. It's got really good magnets, so nothing is gonna fall out on its own. When you open up the lid, it stays open, and it opens to 120 degrees the same way as the original does. It doesn't have any sort of movement, or at least not too much. Not as much as the original actually. It's surprising because the clone has a slightly better design in that sense. The other thing to mention is the indicator, so the charging indicator on the front. This time, compared to the second clone generation, you only get a light shining through the cutout on its own, so you're not going to get this portion of plastic lit up at the same time as well. So the case is really well built. The seller states on his page that these earbuds should last you between 3.5 to 4 hours playback time. In my own experience, these only lasted about 2 to 2.5 hours at 60% volume. So now let's talk about the earbuds themselves. These are pretty much identical to the original ones, you know, exactly the same size, same material, same build. You get this, the bottom portion of the earbud, as you can see. It's exactly the same as the original. You get all your little sensors. This is all metal mesh. These are not stickers at all. And if we take the silicone ear tip, that's not quite easy to do. You'll see that the obviously where the sound comes from, it looks exactly the same as the original one as well. So all is good so far. And the ear tips themselves got a little mesh on the inside, so that's pretty original as well. So you get a good product for the price, because I've only paid $23 US for these babies here. So now let's talk about the sound of these earbuds. This is the bit that you're not going to be disappointed in, because the sound is frankly quite good. There's plenty of bass, the mids are there, the highs are there, so the sound is quite good. It's a lot better than the second generation, simply because these obviously go in deeper into your ear, and they do isolate outside noise, and that's one of the things you're not going to be disappointed with this particular one. So the link will be down below, so if you, by the end of the video, if you feel like you still want to purchase this, you know, by all means do so. So now let's talk about the negatives, and unfortunately there are more negative points than positive points about this product. So first of all, as you can see, there's a dark line running between the lid and the body of the charging case, and it gets slightly wider as it goes to the left side. And to close the lid completely, you really have to force it down, so that's just a little flow. The other thing to mention is obviously there are no writing. On the original one you get like writing at the back. Same goes for the earbuds themselves. There will be little letters, little writing on them as well. And the other thing to mention is this really annoying connection button. I know you're not going to use it often, but I mean, come on guys, by now you could have used a soft touch button. It would have been so much better, but we got what we got. So the other negatives are, and those are only minor, so my left earbud arrived with a silicone tip which has been deformed whilst the production of the ear tip itself. And the main negatives about these earbuds is the functionality of these earbuds, because the seller told me that apparently these earbuds are going to have little sensors at the bottom which will sense where is the earbud is in my ear or not, so it will play or pause music automatically. These never worked on my pair at all since day one. Then you have these little squeeze sensors, which are somewhere down here at the bottom of the little leg of the earbud. They both work perfectly fine, but then on the second day my right earbud made a cracking noise and the sensor stopped working completely. I didn't do anything, you know, harsh to it. I just put it in my ear and it just stopped working. The left earbud still works, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So that's one of those things. And the other thing to mention is the connection to your phone. They do connect well, but only 70% out of 100. Sometimes they won't connect, and it seems like this is the master earbud, because when you pull them out, the right one connects always, and the left one can sometimes can take some time and think about it before it connects fully to your phone. The other thing to mention is if you've been listening to the music or you've been watching YouTube and you went and paused it and then you had a conversation with someone, after a minute or two, earbuds go into sleep mode, which is absolutely fine, but you won't be able to restart them at all. You're gonna have to put them back in the case and pull them out again, and then you can sort of restart and watching your videos or listening to your music. So now to sum up today's video, should you buy one of these or not? Let's put it this way. If you're only buying this for the looks, then by all means you should. If you're buying this and you think to yourself you're purchasing a decent musical product, so like earbuds that will sort of entertain you and you're going to be enjoying all of the functions, probably not. You probably should wait another 3 or 4 months before, you know, the guys from China will sort it out and they actually will improve the chips, they will improve the sensors and all those things. You know, maybe we should wait, and until then I'll probably say don't waste too much time and money on these guys. Probably better off buying a second generation clones, because they worked on them really hard and for a long period of time, and they're actually quite good. Or otherwise spend less money and buy yourself something like Halo GT1 or GT2. It's an investment worthwhile. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful to some of you guys, and possibly you've made up a decision now whether you want to buy one of those or not. Maybe it's not the right time for you to buy one of those. And yeah, if I've missed anything, by all means comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions, and until further videos, I wish you all the best. Goodbye, and I'll see you later.